Hey, how's it going? Production Professor here. So this is a long video. I want to encourage you to feel free to skip around and look for parts that interest you, because this is going to show my nearly live creative process between my brain and then one of my subscribers' songs. So don't feel like you have to watch the whole thing, but I think there's lots of good stuff in there. So check it out and let me know what you think by leaving a comment. And subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I know lots of you watch without subscribing, so go ahead and do that. All right, let's check it out. All right, so I had one of my subscribers reach out with a song concept we wanted to work on. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that now. So I've got Ableton pulled up, and so the subscriber's name is HawkCobo. Be sure to check him out on TikTok, YouTube, all of the above. That's where he's releasing all of his music. And so the track in particular that we're going to look at is called Reflections Not Enough. So it really is a pretty cool sound to it already. Very reflective, you know, hence the name. I'm going to go ahead and pull it in, and we're just going to listen to it real quick, and I'll just kind of give you an idea of what I'm hearing. So starting it out, he said he recorded this on his iPhone, just on his knee. So really kind of has the raw sound to it right now. It's very melancholic, very somber so far. I'm actually going to skip ahead to where the vocals come in, because I think that's really where it starts to shine. So skipping ahead. Just got a cool vibe to it. Yep, very cool, very cool. All right, so I'm interested to see what we can come up with this. So what key is it in? So G minor? No. No, the 4 is A flat, so it must be in C minor. So we're in C minor. And to me, it feels like it needs some kind of like really deep synth action. Reflection's not enough. And it goes to, what is that, a 6 chord? Minor 6 to a 3. At one point he kind of goes to a reflection's not enough. Oh, to a 3. And then back to 4. Reflection's not enough. Fall in love again. Reflections not enough. Oh. All right, so maybe we can do something like that. So let's just kind of lay down a synth track real quick. I'll figure out the chords I want to do. The 4, I'll do this like 9, major 9 chord, and on the 6, ooh yeah, I'll hit that deep. Low C, and then to the 3, what are we gonna do? Maybe we just hit a regular 3 minor 7. My middle D key on my keyboard doesn't work. So dumb. We can hit that. We'll hit it, make it a 9 instead. You know what I always say? If something's broke, fix it. But in the meantime, work around it. Work outside of the box a little bit. So here we go. Reflection's not enough. Oh, and then right here we'll go to the. Nope. What is it? There it is. It's just like the sus. It's got a 4 in there, or an 11, kind of is what that is. All right, so reflection's not enough. Oh. There we go. Reflection's not enough. Fall in love again. Alright, so we're gonna record that real quick. Here we go. Also, we do need to match this to the tempo here. We really should try to do that before I start recording. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna see if he recorded this to a click it to begin with. I don't know the answer. So we're going to trim this to the downbeat. This is how I do it. There might be a better way, but I'm just going to show you how I do it. Trim it to the downbeat. We're going to put this at the very beginning. All right, and then so we're going to look at the transients here. Now you can kind of see there. We're pretty close, right? If it's on time, then these waveforms right here would line up just with the grid. So that means you can see they're progressively getting behind the grid as we go. So that means we're close, but we're not quite right on yet. So I'm going to turn off warp, because here's the thing: if it's warped, it's going to follow the tempo and not change as you adjust your Ableton tempo. So, and I'm going to slightly adjust the Ableton tempo. See, look, I just popped it up to 121, and now all of a sudden we're right, almost right on. So let's skip ahead. Let's see if we start falling behind again, which we do. So I'm going to pop up another one and another one. So now these are ahead back here. So he may not have recorded this to a click, but that's okay though. We're just going to get it kind of close. All right, so if it's kind of close, then we're going to try this again, see if that works. Okay, that might have done it. There we go. See, now the warp got it right. I think it's all about getting your tempo pretty close and then trimming off the beginning, trimming off any white space at the beginning. And then whenever you right click, just choose warp from here and it should quantize your audio. Anyways, but let's move on. So we got that. So here's where I want to record some synth. All right, so let's try it from here. Is this even the best synth pad for it? I don't know, but I kind of like it so far. By the way, this is Chroma pad from McIntosh. Big fan of this one. All right, so let's just start, see what happens. 2, here we go with the 4. Reflections onto the 6. There's a 3, back to the 4. Reflections back to the 6 and the 3. Reflections not enough. Alright, I think we've changed chords at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and record 4 just cause. Alright, so let's listen back to what we did. Turn down the synth. All right, and I'm going to add a filter on it. See, that's back to a minor 6 there, and a 3. Back to 3, so it's going 6-3, 6-3 right there. So it starts right there. So we'll trim the synth pad back to here. All right, and then before I get too much in the details, what else does this song need? So I think it needs something almost like a piano octave on that melody note, which the melody note is that's a 3 scale degree. So we're gonna pull in a piano here. So right now, my favorite piano is Contact Noire. So we're gonna pull that in, and it might take a second to load because my drives are slow, but it's all right. We're gonna deal with it. And we're gonna pull in the felt ones because it's just got such a soft, somber sound to it. Big fan of that one. So we're gonna let that load. But yeah, I want to get some like just an octave. Ding, 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 ding on the keys during that chorus. I think that could be really cool. And what else does it need? Almost like some bells or something like that on the space between the vocal lines. I'll show you what I'm talking about there here in a moment. All right, there's our basic felt piano. Ooh, that sounds nice. So the 3 in this key, it's gonna be G, G, something like that. That's what I'm thinking of. Let's see how that sounds. I should probably be wearing my headphones here, huh? Let me mute my speakers, unmute the headphones, check. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so let's try this little deal here. Something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let's try it. Let's record it. Whoops. We'll fix that. All right, so there's that. Then, like I was saying before, I think I need like a bell or something. So let's see what we can't find here. Just pulling a stock Ableton sound, probably. Think, Andy, where's the bells at? Mallets. All right. Let's see what we can't find. Almost needs to be like a something with a lot of space to it. We'll know when we hear it. Something with not a lot of overtones. Ooh, almost like a glockenspiel. Maybe that's what we need. Yes, that's what we need. Okay, thank you, I get it. All right, we're gonna pull in the glockenspiel, and then just something to go between the space on the melody, because it's like, you know, there's the 3, 4 downbeat, boom. Reflections not enough. So in those first 2 beats, we need something there to fill it. See what happens. Yeah, something like that. I hit a lot of wrong notes. Let's try again. Maybe something like that. Yeah, maybe octaves or something. So what was I doing there? I was kind of going. Or no, what was it? Something like that. All right, let's try it. Let's just record it. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to play it. Maybe something like that. Obviously I hit a wrong note up in there like 17 times. I'm good at that. Good at hitting wrong notes. Actually, I'm going to record that again. Here we go. keep hitting it in the wrong time. I want the space. Come in a little earlier. Two. I felt better with that. And so maybe I'll just do it on those 2 times, because I don't want it to be too much. Also with this glockenspiel though, I don't want it to be so present. I kind of want it to be almost like distant, dreamy, that kind of thing. So let's take it, we're going to send it to the reverb channel quite a bit. Let's see what that sounds like. And yeah, actually, you know what? No, we're not going to send it to the reverb channel. We're going to give it a reverb. So come over here. Audio effects. Let's just pull in the stock reverb because I like it. Increase that decay time. Increase the dry wet. Yeah, there we go. Then maybe pull the volume down, pan it. Make it feel like it's off in the distance somewhere. There we go. All right, that sounds cool. So we're gonna do the same thing with this piano. I just want it in the background a little more. This whole thing just should be ethereal and dreamy, right? Nothing should be really in your face. Maybe I bring it down, maybe I pan it out on the side or something. Yeah. And bring that synth up. Okay, and I'm just gonna throw a reverb on the synth pad too, because why not? I think it sounds kind of cool. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, so we got that. Oh, you know what else it needs? It needs like a muted, muffled kick or something, like a boom, boom, like a heartbeat. That's what it needs. We're just gonna build one real quick, because I don't know if I have one pre-built. All right, so just gonna pull in an empty drum rack. Drum hits, let's find a kick. Just a nice thud is what we want, because we're gonna put a cutoff filter on it. Yeah, there we go. That classic 808 thud. All right, so that's pretty in your face. We're just gonna filter that down. Right. Nope, no resonance. Then we're gonna throw it, what do you think? Behind a reverb, of course. Stock reverb again. Yeah. Sounds kind of cool. Let's try it. Oh, and we need a snare in there too. But I'm liking where this is going. If you like where this is going, leave a comment. If you don't like where it's going, leave a comment. I want to see it. I want to hear it. Let's just get our 808 snare. Nah, not the 808 snare. Actually, let's try it. Let's see what it sounds like with the reverb. I'll have to filter that down, of course, because I want it to be Yeah, I feel like it's not what I want. It's too snappy. It needs to be big. Yeah, maybe something like that even. Yeah, maybe that's it. Turn that filter on. Let's try that. See what it sounds like. I think that sounds all right. The snare, I think, could still be better. Maybe the snare needs to open up. Yeah, I think the snare maybe needs to have more decay on it too. Yeah, maybe that's it. And I think it needs to be bigger too, like that snare needs to really take up a lot of space. So maybe I could do that by pulling in a compressor. I could compress the drum rack and kind of expand it some. Let's see this. Yeah, maybe that's what I need. Okay, and another thing I think I need, these right now these snare hits are on the 3, 1, 2, bah. I want them on the 4. It needs to be more like 1, 2, 3, bah. 1, 2, 3, bah. Boom. Let's hear that. Nope. One more over, my bad. Right there. 2, 3. Yeah. That's it. That's it. I think that sounds pretty cool. Okay, so here's the key with a song like this is that you don't want to make it a wall of sound. Right? I know this is kind of a climactic moment in a way. So it kind of needs to build to that. But let's see what's before it and ahead of it, because I think making a song, really it's not about the 8-bar loop, right? You need it to be a cohesive song. And so it's just as much about how the 8 bars sounds as it is about how the 8 bars melds from the first half to the second half, from what's before it to what's after it. Does that make sense? So let's hear what's after it. Oh, it does it again. We're back into it. Yeah. So what we can do then, we're just going to fly these over. I don't feel bad about doing that because we're just kind of sketching out ideas right now. Right? If I want to go through and re-record everything once I have the arrangement, we'll do that. Yeah, right. There's the 3, there's the 4, right there. And then oopsie, I accidentally carried that over. right, you know what? I probably should have quantized these. Let's quantize them right on the beat. Still doesn't sound right. Still sounds like it's off. Why? Oh, my dumb self is quantizing the piano track. Gosh. There we go. There we go. That's kind of cool sounding. So what's going to bridge these two together, and what's going to make this different from this? Because right now they're just the same. Now there's something that changes in the vocal track, right? Somebody else is doing. It's kind of in the background there. But I think something musically needs to change too. So what that means is either we take something away from here and we fully develop it here, or we add something here. I wonder if it needs something keeping time, almost like what a hi-hat would do. I don't know, but let's try it and see what we can come up with. So let's just go over here. Hi-hat. Like I said, I don't know. This might not fit the vibe, but we're going to just play with it and see. Back to our drum rack. Pull in the closed hi-hat. Filter it down. Filter it down. Let's try it. You know, I don't know. I don't know if that's the way to go. You know what? Maybe it needs, instead of a hi-hat, maybe it needs like a rhythmic, like arpeggiated synth or something. Well, you know, really the piano is serving that, right? Da, 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 da. Maybe the piano needs to come up an octave. Maybe that's what it needs. That's kind of cool. All right, so what's going to bridge these two together? So we got I think it could do one of two things. It could come down here and have like a lull, or it could stay up, but I think we almost want this part to feel big, right? So I think we need a drop down right here. And so maybe we just kind of have some riffing on the piano or something. Yeah, maybe something like that. Let's record that. That's kind of nice. And then I'll pull this back just a little bit. Okay. And then, yeah, I'll add some chords underneath that too, I think. So we're gonna overwrite MIDI, and we're just gonna play that. I'm just figure out what I'm gonna do. We'll hit the there we go. So we'll just go from that 1 to the 3. All right. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and go. Dang. Take it from here. There we go. That was kind of cool. And then I'll get this right on. My downbeat's not on the grid, which is, it is on the grid, it's just on like a half note right there. So it's just offset slightly, which I can fix that, but I'm too lazy to. So let's see how that sounds. Two, 3, and here. All right, I am gonna adjust this so that chord gets in there. There we go. All right, and you know, I really think those chords actually need to continue throughout this part, even as the octaves on the piano are going. So, what is it, 4? Nope. Right? Something like that. It's a big gap. All right, well, let's try it. I kind of like that. Dang it, I forgot it's on the downbeat. Instead of fixing it, I'm going to be lazy and just start here. Did the wrong thing. I ran out of time. Gosh. Here we go, and man, I messed that up so bad. One more time. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, and There we go. And it kept the bang, bang, bangs, the octaves, because I had MIDI overwrite on, or I mean, a MIDI overwrite off. So it just added it in, which is handy. Now we can just ease that back. Yeah. Man, that sounds cool. I like that a lot. All right, so we kind of have this done. I don't think this needs much more here at this section. Now, there are some parts back here. It kind of starts building into it some. So I almost think right here, this is almost like a preview of the ending of it, right? 2, 4, and 1. So what if I did this right here? Right? Or no, you know what? Forget. I think it just needs to be one note instead of it kind of going and riffing off. Just like that. So let's try that. No. There we go. That's how we'll roll into it. Cool. And then the pad just comes in. Yeah. See if the pad needs to come in any earlier. Yeah, sounds cool. I'm digging that. Now everything up here is it's instrumental. There is a verse section. So I'm asking Hawk right now if he'd be interested and willing to kind of expand this more out into a verse chorus type structure. Most of the song up here is actually instrumental, right? So the first minute or so, and then there's a small verse right here. Then there's that first like chorusy ending bridge thing, and then there's the full one right here. So it kind of has like, right now it has a very unique structure, which is okay. That's not a bad thing. I'm just wondering if we want to expand it more, or if it needs to stay like this and just be unique, and that's what it is. So I'll be interested to show this to him and see what he thinks. And this is the thing, as a producer, you might hit it on the nose. You might get it right the first time, exactly what the artist had envisioned, but you might not. You know, I might send this over to him and he may not like it, and that's okay. That doesn't devalue my skills or what I've done, but how I react shows value to him and to his artistry. So if you're a producer, don't worry about that. Like, take it, you put your creative ness on it, and then they take your creativity and hone it to what their vision is, and they can hand it back to you. You go back and forth, right? That's a natural trade-off, a natural interaction, especially from one creative to another, and especially from a creative to a client, if that makes sense. So one thing I do want to do, and I'm sure I'm going to get slapped by audio engineer nerds, which is fine. I respect it, but I am going to throw some OTT on the master bus just because, why not? it makes things sound so good. Here we go, dynamics, multiband, OTT. This can be the secret sauce if you do it right. So, or it can make it sound like trash. It might sound like trash, who knows? But what you want to do is just make sure your master bus isn't overriding or anything. Make sure the mix is how you want it. I feel like the Glock is too hot. Maybe. Yeah, that sounds a little better. All right, so I'm going to turn OTT on. We're going to change the amount. We blend OTT. All right, anytime you're doing multiband dynamics, blend it. It's like parallel chaining the compressor. Right, you don't want it so much. I might roll back the output of the highs too. And the lows just a little bit. I don't want it to be so drastic. But let's see how it sounds with it off, and we'll turn it on. See what it sounds like. There we go. Let's listen to this.